Yo, what up everybody? It's your boy and I'm back bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 746. Damn. Damn. You know, that whole thing with Rebecca and her father, that's got such a huge payoff. Maybe it's because of all the flashbacks we got. Maybe it's because of Rebecca looking to that statue. Maybe it's because we know just how tragic her backstory has been. And I wouldn't even say tragic, I'd say sad. But when she's talking to Luffy, she's like, what's he like? Describe him to me. Luffy's like, what, you mean your dad? Luffy is so fucking direct, man. I love that about his character. Like, Luffy just cuts right to the chase. Luffy cuts right to the chase. He doesn't even hesitate. He just says whatever the hell's on his mind. He says, yeah, that guy, he's your dad, Rebecca. Come on now. Even I know that's your dad. Shape up, girl. But this is what's crazy, right? This was crazy. You know, Luffy, in the midst of all of this chaos, in the midst of all of this turmoil, not only makes a vow to stop Doflamingo, but he basically tells Law, like, yeah, I know you came up with a really dope plan. I don't give a fuck about that plan right now. You see everything that's going on here? You see all of this? How could I leave a place like this in the shape that it's in? I can't leave these people. I can't turn my back on them. And Luffy's talking like a hero. I thought that was cool. But I like how Law just looks at me. You said Law is conflicted. Because Law knows that, in a way, this is really his fault. So he bears some responsibility for it. But he had a good plan. He had a really good plan. He's like, hey, look. We destroy the Smile Factory. We turn Doflamingo and Kaido against each other. But if we take down Doflamingo, you do understand Kaido's going to come after us. A furious emperor. And I don't think Luffy understands just how powerful the emperors are. Hell, I don't even understand how powerful they are. I just know that Shanks showed up and cucked the entire navy with 3 fucking admirals right there. It was like, this war's going to stop now, and they just basically, their balls shriveled. So, I mean, the emperors are pretty fucking powerful. But this is what's nuts, though, right? This is what's nuts. Luffy don't give a fuck. Luffy don't give a fuck. And while all this is going on, Doflamingo has put bounties on each of the Straw Hats, the members of the Riku family, and even on Sabo. Which I'm like, how the fuck did you get the information on Sabo this fucking quickly? I'm guessing somebody let him know via the transponder snail. And now that I think about it, there was somebody who was watching from the shadows and said, oh, that's the number 2, the revolutionary. But this was nuts though, right? Usopp is like, oh, I dodged a bullet. He didn't recognize me. And it's like, Usopp, now you understand that with what comes with great power comes great responsibility. Because it's like, yeah, and the one guy you have to blame for all of this shit going on. You got father striking down mother and grandchild. You got Navy man striking down the people he's sworn to protect. Friend striking down friend. The one person that you gotta worry about with this is the god Usopp of the Straw Hat Pirate Crew. And he is worth 500 million berries. And guys like, oh, I could live in luxury. You know how much stuff I could buy with that? And then they just turn around, they look at Usopp like, sorry, God, Usopp, and it's crazy, right? It's crazy because Usopp is saying, like, they were just worshiping me. What the hell's going on here? And, you know, Usopp, you know, he does get defended. And it looks like Sabo's getting ready to kind of, you know, strike these dudes down. But that was so fucking awesome just to see that. Because, again, it's like Usopp has hit that point where it's just like, damn, he's got the notoriety, and it wouldn't surprise me if his bounty didn't jump up to this level anyway, because, like, you got Navy people who are there. All the Straw Hats are going to get their shit raised up. Like, their stuff's going to get raised up. Usopp goes up to 500 million, then Luffy's going to hit a fucking billion. That's just what this is going to be. But what's so fucking awesome, though, is while all this is going on, and everybody's just kind of looking, you know, you got Kainimon, and he's just like, yep, oh my god, I love it. I love being in this foreign land. We have iron breastbands. Because he's looking at Rebecca, he's kind of perving out. And like once everybody starts coming for him, right? Everybody starts coming for him, he's like, yeah, Kanjuro's down there somewhere. And it's like, man, you know he ain't down that fucking trash heap, dude. You just getting the fuck out of there, man. But this is what's crazy though, right? what's crazy is like Kanimon is, sorry to put this, he's acting in a way that makes me look at him differently. And what I mean is like he was dressing up as Doflamingo, running around. I didn't talk about it because I didn't think it was important. But now looking at this, you know, I mean, he's talking about Kanjuro. And this is my thing. He's behaving suspiciously. He's behaving suspiciously because it would make sense with all this chaos that's going on. You would, what's how I put this? You would stick with the crew. Because this is the same crew that has your son, Momonosuke. Like, I get it, Nami and them are kind of going out and everything. And maybe he's like, I can get to, I forgot the island they went to. I can get there on my own. Maybe that's what he's thinking, but it would make sense that you stick with them because there's strength in numbers, especially in a situation like this where there's so much chaos going on. You're a wanted man. But for him to jump out that way, it's almost like he's got an ulterior motive. And I mean, I don't know what the fuck it is, though. That's the thing. Like, that just seemed off. Because, again, this guy's dressed around like Doflamingo, and he's running around. And Oda showed it a few times. And, I mean, I know, like, you have, like, the surface level of, like, no, that was just a good way to kind of slip through because everybody's looking for Straw Hats. I get that. I get that. But at the same time, like, there's something else with that. There's something else with that. Like that's misdirection. Like the writing bells in my head are going off because I'm like, that's misdirection right there. That's total misdirection. Like there's something else with that. So I mean, I can't quite put my finger on it, and it's probably because we don't have enough information yet. But then again, I mean, Oda, you know, does shit so subtle to where like the payoff is like dozens of volumes later. Like with Koala, you know, we find out that in the SBS corner that, you know, this was the same one who brought, it wasn't Hody Jones, it was the first fishman. I can't remember his name. The fishman that was a hero. And she was one of the slave girls. She was joining the revolutionaries. Same name, same design. But we didn't get that payoff until dozens of chapters or dozens of volumes later. So I mean, it's kind of the same thing here. It's kind of the same thing here. Like, I don't know what Oda's playing for, but I mean, there's something suspicious going on with Kanimon. Now, with that part out of the way, I do got to say, once again, the brilliance of Doflamingo's on full display. It's on full display here because, again, like, he's become a master of chaos. You have some people saying, even though they've realized what happened with the king over 10 years ago, was all Doflamingo, they're like, well, we don't have to kill him, we just have to hand him over. So they've already turned on each other. And I think that kind of goes back to human nature. And that's something I've been giving Oda a lot of credit for since Water 7. When it comes to human beings, at the end of the day, it's in our nature to do what's best for the ones closest to us and ourselves. And that's what's happening here. You have people who are like, yo, we're going to turn on that king. Like, fuck it, we didn't even know that he was still alive. The hell with him. You know, I got to take care of my family. I got to do what's best for me. I mean, that's cold-blooded, but it's a cold truth. And I like the fact that Oda is doing this. But I mean, like, he is definitely setting Doflamingo up to have one hell of an ending. Because, like, Luffy's like, okay, I'm going straight for this dude. And the only thing is like, if you're going to get to him, it was specifically stated that the only way that you can get to Doflamingo is if you take down Pika. I mean, this is a dude who can control anything that's made out of stone. So this dude can run and hide all types of shit. It's going to take a concerted effort by the Straw Hats just be able to take him down. You know, you got to be able to attack this dude in multiple places or some shit. Like, you can't just take this dude out with one big hit. Not with a devil fruit that fucking broken. But I want to know what you guys think. What did you guys think about Doflamingo continuing to be an agent of chaos in this? What were your thoughts on that? And what were your thoughts on the whole thing with Doflamingo issuing bounties like this? You know, I really feel like what Oda was doing here was just showing at this point, Doflamingo has made himself bigger than the world government. What I mean is he's essentially taken the responsibility that the world government has to issue out bounties. While he has no authority as far as in the larger world, he's essentially a god in Dressrosa. And so he's essentially acted out the role of the world government. I feel like that's foreshadowing. I feel like that's foreshadowing that it is going to be a pirate, whether it be Blackbeard or whether it be Luffy. Somebody's going to overthrow the world government. I feel like this is subtle foreshadowing. But let me know what you guys think about that as well. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.